Lastly, I would just say to you, with some distinguished veterans in the room, can you just raise your hand if you wore the uniform of the United States? Thank you for your service. I must tell you, I'm the proud father of a United States Marine. As I mentioned, one of my unworthy son-in-laws, a Navy pilot. My dad was a combat veteran of the Korean War. Karen's dad was in the Air Force. Our lives didn't take us into the uniform of the United States. I'll tell you, one of the greatest privileges I had when I was congressman, when I was governor, and as your vice president, was going down around and visiting men and women in uniform. I'm telling you what, the men and women of the armed forces of the United States are the greatest people in this country. Are now and always have. As we talk about all these challenges at home, I'm sure I don't have to tell people here tonight that disastrous withdrawal from Afghanistan was a disgrace. It never would have happened under our administration, which after we break up, I'm happy to explain to anybody. I promise you it wouldn't. The way that the Biden administration cut and ran, endangering our soldiers and Marines, costing the lives of 13 brave service members at that airport. A young Marine from Logansport, Indiana. My birthday. By birth. I was from East. When they brought him home after he'd gone home to be with the Lord, I met his mom. Karen and I just drove up to Logansport to sit in the back row and pray. She asked to have a meeting with us. We just met with her as Marine Corps parents. Just tell her we love her, we're praying for her. So admire her brave son. And then I heard the story of what happened that day. Apparently where Bert was working was one of the gates where the terrorist suspect was seen to be moving. We recently saw in the news that there's now been testimony in the Congress that they saw the bomber walking and they tried to get an order to take him down, and they did get the order down. But the word went out on the radios, the report reports, that all the service members were supposed to pull back from the gates, shut the gates, pull back, get back into the airport, because they thought a threat was approaching. And as Alberto's fellow Marine explained to his mother, he refused to go. He said back to the radio operator, he said, most of the people in my line are women and children. And I got to get through. And he waved them through and waved them through and waved them through until he took the brunt of it. Foolishly, for 13 months. Among many other civilians. His mother put it so well. She said his last act on earth was an act of heart. That's the character of the armed forces of the United States today. Writ large. And this administration's disastrous handling of the withdrawal from Afghanistan dishonored their service and sacrifice, and the service and sacrifice of 20 years of service members to serve in Afghanistan. But let me say to any of you who are here today, or any of you that know members that serve, nothing of that disastrous withdrawal will ever diminish the honor owed to all those who served and sacrificed in Afghanistan these past 20 years, if anyone.